Ahead of yesterday's big game, President Trump released a statement saying, in part, "We send our best wishes for an enjoyable Super Bowl Sunday. May God bless and protect our troops, and may He continue to bless the United States of America." Welcome back. I'm Wyatt Goolsby, in for Lauren Ashburn. The Philadelphia Eagles made history winning their first Super Bowl on Sunday night, beating the New England Patriots 41-33. Coach Doug Peterson gave credit to Jesus Christ and added, quote, "It's all about the faith. It's all about our family, and it's all about the Philadelphia Eagles." And it's in that order. And MVP Nick Foles said, quote, "I wouldn't be here without God, without Jesus in my life. I don't have the strength to come out here and play this game like that." The Super Bowl capped a tumultuous season for the NFL, one full of pregame protests and declining ratings. Joining us now is Doug Eldridge, a sports agent and public relations consultant. Doug, welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Last night, the singer Pink sang the national anthem. No one knelt. That has been a sign earlier in the season of a sign of protest on police brutality in the United States, racism-related issues. So President Trump has made it clear that he doesn't support people who kneel during the national anthem. He thinks everyone should stand. How do you feel about how that played out? Because, like I said, it did make TV this time. Did that, in essence, win the national debate, or was this sort of a refrain from that?
Well, ultimately, the Eagles hoisted the Lombardi Trophy, but I think last night the fans were the ultimate winners. Not just because of a great game, but because we were able to put this debate on pause. I think there's a little bit of issue fatigue, and for just one night, maybe, we were able to focus on the game that's at the heart of all of this.
Okay, so the next big sporting event, of course, we're watching is the Winter Olympics. That's what's coming up in South Korea. You'll be flying out this Wednesday because you represent, or you'll be helping an assistant for media for some of the U.S. athletes. What can we expect?
It's going to be fantastic. I leave in 36 hours, and I can't believe it. These games have absolutely snuck up on us. But one of the things that really separates the Olympics apart from all of our other sporting pursuits is really the story that leads it, right? This is literally a lifetime pursuit. Last year, Tom Brady won the Super Bowl. This year, he lost. Next year, he has the opportunity to come back and compete for it again. With the Olympics, you wait 4 years. But in reality, you wait a lifetime to even be on that stage. But I think, like you said in the intro, that intersection of faith and sport, I think that's also on display at the Olympic Games. Even one of my clients, Alexa Knierim, they're the national pairs figure skating champs for their husband, Chris. You know, she went through three death-defying abdominal surgeries over the last 14 months. They said she would never compete or walk or skate. Yet here she is, competing on the largest global sporting stage. And what does she say? When my body was at its weakest, my faith was at its strongest. So whether it's the Super Bowl or the Olympic Games, one of the best things that comes out is the enduring faith. In so many ways, I believe that is the mortar that holds the bricks together for these athletes. It's their commitment to faith.
I really admire a lot of those athletes' perseverance through so much. 22 North Korean athletes will be participating in the Winter Olympic Games, and they'll march with South Korean athletes under the unification flag during the opening ceremony. How do you think that will impact the games, and how do you think sports can kind of play a role in mending political divisions?
Well, I've always believed that sports is the Trojan horse. Sports is the ability to get in the door, and then let's unpack the broader issue. And I mean that in a positive, not a pejorative sense. Now, when it comes to North Korea and South Korea, at a minimum, hopefully, the fingers are off the nuclear buttons for the next 3 weeks, right? Now, the question is whether or not this is substantive and indicative of a commitment to a longer, peaceful engagement there on the peninsula, or whether this is simply a well-choreographed public relations bump and grab by the North Korean regime when the eyes of the world are focusing there on the Korean peninsula. At a minimum, what I think we can credit is the Olympic Games and the global spirit of peace through sport by bringing them to the table. Now, what happens when the games end? Who knows? But at a minimum, the Olympics has served as the conduit to bring these two sides to the table.
Very good. We'll continue to watching to see how it plays out. And obviously, we're watching all the games as well. Doug Eldridge, managing partner at DLE Agency. Thanks so much for talking with us.
Thank you for having me.